Good morning. Welcome to today's live class. This is full body stretch, so we're going to go through a series of stretches that I'll explain in just a moment. But first I want to thank you so much for logging on and being with me this morning. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. My name is Rebecca Zostek. I'm a certified health coach, personal trainer, and fitness instructor here at our beautiful Hoag Health Center in Foothill Ranch, California with our lifestyle program. Oh my goodness, it's such a beautiful day this morning. And we are feeling so good, and we want to just kind of let ourselves reset, re-energize, and go through a series of really great stretches to make us feel really long and, like I said, energized. So with this workout, what we're going to do is go through a series of stretches. We're going to focus on the adductor muscles. What are the adductor muscles? Well, those muscles usually don't get much of a stretch at all, and those are your inner thigh muscles. Okay, so we're going to focus a little bit more on those inner thighs just to make sure that we're getting some good balance. A lot of times we're focusing only on the quads and the hamstrings, so we will get some of those, of course, for a well-rounded type of stretch for the upper leg area, but we also want to make sure we include those adductors, very important. Also, we'll focus a little bit more on lower back. Now, with that said, if you do have some, chronic condition with your lower back soreness, some of these stretches might not be so great for you. So please be mindful of your limitations, and if you do have some lower back conditions that you really need to be careful for, watch the exercise first and go through it very slowly. If there's any pain whatsoever in any of these stretches, please stop. Don't stop abruptly, but ease into a stopping position and just kind of let yourself settle down and do another stretch if you feel that you'd like to incorporate. Okay, so for today's class, and normally every class, I do have a very padded mat. My mat that I always use in this class is 3 mats. So I have 3 mats just to make sure I have some good padding. A lot of times mats don't come this thick, so it's nice just to get a few and lay them up. Or you can get a blanket, fold over a blanket, and then put your mat on top of that. That's a really good one too. And so what I'm going to use are some yoga blocks. I have 2 yoga blocks, and the reason for that is I want a higher lift with my leg when we are doing some adductor stretches, hamstring stretches. Also, it's a nice way to progressively build flexibility. If you are new to working on flexibility, what this allows you to do is bring the floor higher. Okay, so if I'm stretching forward, this takes a lot of flexibility in the hamstrings and the lower back. But if I was able to put my hand, support my hand on something that's not just floating here, so that I can work on my back technique and alignment, this is a really nice thing to do, okay? If you do not have blocks, you can use a couple of books, or you can use a small step stool. That will work really nicely also. In addition, I have a yoga strap. The yoga strap does allow you to keep full range of motion and working through those stretches, keeping the length of the leg or the arms or the torso, whatever I'm using it for. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a leather belt. You can use a towel. You can use anything that's going to give you that length and work through those range of motions with your legs and upper body. Okay, I also have a little bit of water, making sure your muscles are hydrated when we stretch. All right, everybody ready to go? Let's see who I have with me this morning. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a fabulous weekend, as I mentioned. And we are going to get started with a little bit of a warm-up, to get the body a little more toasty with those muscles. Okay, so let me get some music going. You're getting yourself set up. And, okay. All right. Everybody ready? So let's start with a nice wide leg position. Take a nice deep breath, inhale and exhale. As you reach up, try to lengthen your arms as long as they'll go. Big stretch up. Inhale. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Good. Let's get an arm circle, nice and gentle. slightly bent. Not sure if you can see that or not. Nice long reaches. Try to go into this stretch a little bit more now. One more. Good. And now hold your left arm up right here. Hold it up, straight up towards the ceiling. Bend your legs. And now even more so, bring it over. Come back center. And again, here we go. Exhale. Inhale. Again. And relax. Good. Other side. Nice big inhale. Exhale over. And bring it back. It feels so nice, right? Exhale. Oh, and bring it back. Shoulder rolls back for 3. Good. I hope you're taking that break from your work. You're standing up. You're working with me here. Taking your left arm across your chest and a gentle pull. Flex your hand. And relax. Other side. Flex your hand. And relax. Coming center. Take yourself down for a little bit of a squat and then right back up. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now reach out with your arms. Big reach out. Drop your head and coming up. Let's do that 4 times. Good job, everyone. One more. Let's hold it down right here. Really stretch those arms out. Really stretching. Now you're just going to fold forward and rolling up. We're going to do that 2 more times. I'm going to move back a little bit so you can see the side. And here we go. So we're going to reach out. We're going to dive forward. And hold. Taking the legs wide. Come back down again right here. So we're going to stretch those adductors, inner thighs. Just placing your hands on your thighs. A gentle rock from side to side. Good. And hold it center, dropping your left shoulder. Here's your lower back stretch. Good. And switch. Does that feel nice? Just keep the chest lifted. Coming center. Now roll your back. I want you to really expand those shoulder blades apart. Coming back down. Hold it here. Adductors. Round your back. Rolling up. Nice and slow, everyone. Let's do that 2 more times. Get a good stretch right here. Rolling through your back. And 1 more time. Rolling up. And rest. Okay, so this is what I'd like you to do. We're going to use our blocks. So bring them forward. We'll just turn this down a little bit. Doesn't that feel nice? Oh, you know, just stretches like that and going through a flowing motion really is enough to get that heart rate up, right? Start to get a little bit toasty. And just want to say, when you're working with flexibility training, keep your body warm. So we want to wear something that's really keeping the body heated because we're not moving fast, right? We need to keep the body warm with what we're wearing. And that's really important too when we're working on flexibility. All right, so here's what we're going to do. You're going to take yourself into a lateral lunge. Use your blocks to help you work through that stretch. Now, when we're in the stretch, you want the legs wide, okay? Really wide as you can go. If you need more height, you can turn the yoga block vertically, okay? Use a chair. If you have that in front of you, use the chair. If you're more flexible and you can bring yourself lower, great. Wherever it is for you. Now, in this stretch, I want to make sure the knee is not folding forward or pushing forward. You're keeping your heel down. All right, everybody okay? We're working that side. Come back center. Now we're gonna do that again on that side for 3. So we're gonna come into the lunge, Drop your hips back behind you. Now here's where you're feeling it, okay? And the opposite leg, we're coming back center. One more time, right? Or two more. Come down. We'll just do this one because we held it here for a while. And center. Okay, here we go the other side. So again with technique, we're sitting back into the hips, okay? We want to make sure the knee isn't folding forward or in this direction, forward or inward, okay? Sitting back. Adjust your blocks if you need to, or you're holding a chair. Come center. And here we go again. It's okay to keep adjusting, all right? You're just working through the stretch. Breathing, inhale, exhale. Good. And center. Now bring your block center. Stay right here. Good. If we can come down a little bit more, great. Stay here. Now you're going to take your left arm up and get that triangle pose. Come center. Sit your hips back a little bit. Come back forward on the other side. Are you feeling this in the inner thighs? Yes. And the lower back. You just want to make sure the legs are wide. Sit back. Coming to the elbows if you can. Come back forward. And one more set each side. And you can modify this by using your chair. You can put one hand on your waist instead. Good. Sit back. Bringing your legs in a little bit. Shift your hips back. Bend your legs. And rolling up. Ah, wow. Okay. Shake out those legs. Ooh, we felt that one. Great job, everyone. So we're coming back down. And now we're going to shift from side to side with our lateral stretch. So now this is a little bit more active. Okay, you can take your shoes off if you're barefoot, you should be fine. All right, again the technique, we want to make sure the hips go back and the knees are not shifting forward or torquing in, okay? So we're going to go from side to side, okay? So a little more active, you need to set up those blocks to help support you a little better, that's all good. Good. Let's hit 4 more times. 3, 2, and now we're going to hold it over here. 1, okay? Again, use a block if you need to support that right hand. Pushing the knee back with your right elbow. You're going to take the opposite arm for a nice long stretch right here. If you do yoga, yes, this is a nice stretch right here. Sit your hips back so all the pressure is alleviating from the knee. You're sitting back. You've got to use those inner thighs, okay? Inner thighs. Good, and release. Coming now to the other side. Sitting back. Pushing the knee back with your left elbow. And here you go, nice big stretch. Ooh, feel that. Good job. And bring it back center. And slowly rolling up. Shake out those legs. Great job, everybody. We're going to take it down to the mat now. Are you still with me? Let's see. Okay. Just want to make sure you are still there. Okay. Let's take it on down to the mat. Now, we're going to do a little bit more with those inner thighs while they're still toasty. Okay, we don't want to go to something else and then, you know, the adductors are already back to being tight. So we want to keep a little bit more active with them. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to take both blocks, okay? Now this is optional. I'll show you some modifications, regressions, progressions, wherever you are. So you're going to take your right foot and place it up high. Let me show you first, okay? So here it is up high on the heel. Now depending on your flexibility, if you have a narrow position, that's fine. Should I turn the music down a little bit? Yeah, okay. Let me turn the music actually off. Sorry, Ariana. Okay, here we go. All right, So we're sitting up nice and tall, right? Okay, wherever that straddle position is for you, it's all fine, okay? Wherever it is, we're still feeling it. So all I want you to do now with this leg elevated, we're getting a little bit more of a pull. So easy, be careful. If you need to have something to hold on to up higher, you can always do that too, or just stay lifted. In this position, you should be feeling probably more so in the hamstring, but we're gonna turn this in just a second. So just getting that forward, good, and coming back up. Now I just want you to kind of turn your body, okay? So instead of facing center, you're just gonna kind of turn your body over to the left. It's my right, but it's your left. And you're just gonna turn, you're gonna slide your hand towards the opposite leg. Hold on to that opposite leg, okay? So here, oh, we're feeling now a little bit in the lower back. Keep that chest lifted so we're not diving down. Right here. I'm using my other hand to help support, so pushing against the mat. Sometimes it's a lot more things to consider when we're stretching as opposed to doing a regular workout. Okay, here's the fun part now. We're going to reach forward, and come back, okay? Be careful. The higher the leg is, the more challenging, okay? So if you need to bring it down all the way and you're just doing this one instead, that's completely fine, okay? So, ready? Here we go. Reach forward. Please modify this wherever your level is. Just a little active stretch. Good. And now we're going to hold it down for 8 counts. So walk your hands out wherever that is for you. We're going to hold it right here for 8, 7, 6. Melt into it. 3, 2, 1, and coming up. Go ahead and release that foot, okay? Everybody all right? It's the kind of stuff we used to do, or I used to do when I was in dance and gymnastics stuff. It really does work, and it really does help to get more flexible. So here's the thing, when we are more flexible, first of all, we're preventing injury. Our bodies become more mobile in the joint. We're able to get a bigger range of motion as opposed to a small movement. We want the legs to be more mobile, right? So the more flexible we are, especially in the hips, okay, around the hips, that is completely fantastic. Okay, so we're just kind of getting a little stretch here, getting it ready. Just kind of relaxing and breathing. You can always just stay right here if you want to hold it, or you're in a straddle position like this. Just work on your posture and sitting nice and tall, okay? I'm just showing you here how we can get elevated a little bit more with this stretch. Good, now I'm just gonna turn here a little bit, okay? Here we are, turning. Oh, you feel this side is really, well, not really, but more tight. How's that? Keep both sits bones, your glutes, on your mat. So don't lift up one side, try not to. Keep both bones there on your mat. I'm pulling with my right hand to your left, supporting with the other side on the mat. Good, holding here, we're feeling it all kinds of places. In your right leg, in your left leg, in your back. Good. And coming back center. Okay, we're gonna need some water. Isn't that kind of interesting? We're not really moving dynamically, but we're feeling the heat, okay? Especially if you're keeping yourself warm. All right, here we go. Reaching forward. Oh, and wherever that is for you, be careful. And coming back. And reaching forward. Easy. And coming back, be sure you're breathing. Oh, did you notice my right foot started twerking in a little bit? So be careful, we want it always pushing back. Pushing back. And coming up. Exhale, stretch. and tall. Everybody knows these stretches, I think. So we're just gonna do a little knee crossover first, and we'll progress into these stretches for your lower back. Really great for sciatica too. If you have some sciatica issues, it's one of those things where you really need to do these kinds of stretches pretty much every day. Spending a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes stretching will really help a lot. And the problem is we just don't have time, right? But if we can make time for it, it will really help a lot. Okay, so we want the leg, let's say, okay, it's my right leg crossing over your left. Try to get it in nice and tight and sitting tall. So already now we're feeling a stretch right through the hip. You're gonna hold that knee even closer. If this is not possible, just have it out wherever is a good place for you. It's okay. And progressively start pulling it forward, okay? So wherever that is for you, we're holding the knee tightly. We're gonna open up the chest, and your back arm is just reaching back behind you. Okay, sitting tall, breathing. Good. And coming forward. Now, same side, your right knee that's crossed over, you're just gonna pull that foot inside, and we're just gonna lean forward. When we do this stretch here, try to think of a nice long back. We need to keep it more modified right here. This is also very good. Showing you some tips here. You can also use, a block to help support that leg. Okay, so wherever that is for you, we're holding 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back. So the block, as I just kind of threw it there to just show you, is supporting the leg if we are kind of tight in the hips. Okay, because when we're tight and we're trying to stretch, you're going to take away from the spinal alignment, and we want to work on spinal alignment. So when we have support, I can work on that spinal alignment much better as if I was not very flexible here and I'm trying to stretch, and now I'm sacrificing the alignment. So this is why we want to work with tools. Okay, good job. Let's get the other side. Okay, so crossing that left foot over, sitting up nice and tall. You're just going to hold that knee in close to your body, taking the opposite arm out to the side. Hold that stretch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bringing it back. Let's bring it in front now. Again, if you need the block or a book or something there to help support, okay, it's up to you. And reaching forward, keeping your spine nice and long. Now you might feel that hip just so tight, and this takes a long time, honestly. It does take a pretty long time to get it to feel more relaxed. So the more that we can stretch, the better, okay? So you learn how to let that hip just relax and let it go. Good, and bringing it back. All right, I'm going to turn back this way. We're going to come back, continuing now with the hips and the lower back, and the sciatica also. Okay. So let's bring the feet in nice and close. We have a natural arch in the back, so let's just try to tuck the hips a little bit in more so. You're going to drop both knees all the way over to one side. Keep your chest facing the ceiling. The top leg comes up a little bit higher. If you can grab onto that knee, that would be great. If not, that's okay. We're just stacking. I'm going to pull it up a little bit more. And now if that's your left knee across your body, your left arm is out to the side. You're just going to look over at that left hand. Okay, we're going to hold it here. I just want you to pull the knee up a little bit and then relax it. And inhale, pull it up a little bit and relax extend that top leg out. Just let it fall, let it go. Good. Doing these exercises or these stretching exercises on something very comfortable is going to be so helpful. Okay, try not to be on a hard surface. All right, coming back, pulling that knee in now. Pull it into the chest. And down. And pull it back up and pull in. One more time. And relax. Okay, here we go with the other side, everyone. So nice. Let's take both legs over to the opposite side. Your chest, your shoulders are still facing the ceiling, straight ahead. And if you can, pull that top knee up higher and press down. Okay, so I'm pulling and pressing down. Okay. Yes, right there. This one, if you're a baseball person, okay, you'll see like the players out on the field, you know, before the game, the trainers are doing this exact stretch for the baseball players, you know, to make sure that their hips are loose and their lower back is loose. So they're pulling or pushing that top knee down while the player is extending their arm out. Okay. Good. Let's pick up that leg a little bit more and see if we can straighten it out now. Oh yes, I found the block. The block helps quite a bit. I didn't do that on the other side. Oh, you can really feel that back just kind of opening up, the hips. Good, and coming back to the knee, holding the knee in, and release, and in. Breathe in, and exhale. Breathing in, and exhale. Let's do this one more time. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, pull the knee in. We're going to hold it here for a second. And release. Let's bring in both knees now. Both knees come in. We're just going to do a gentle rock from side to side. Okay, little back massage there. And coming back to the center. Okay. Pulling those knees in close to your chest. Nice big inhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth as you lift the head and shoulders up nice and high. Tuck yourself into a nice tight little ball and slowly lower. Now you can skip that part if you'd rather not do that. Nice big inhale again through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Expanding those shoulder blades apart. And relax. Coming all the way down. Setting your feet down one leg at a time, all the way straight, extending your arms up over your head. Relax your shoulders. Just want you to melt into your mat here for a moment. Let your legs go. And bring it around. Pushing yourself up with your elbows. You can pull yourself up just like that. Great job, everybody. I'm going to use the strap here to stretch the quadriceps. So the quadriceps is a very difficult muscle to stretch. Sometimes it requires a lot of balance. If you're standing and you're holding on to something, you pull one foot behind you. Okay, so there's that way to do it. But for a lot of people, that's very challenging. So this is what we can do. You're going to take your strap underneath your foot. Now, if you're using a belt or something, just be careful that the band or the strap doesn't become too loose. So let me show you first. We've done this stretch before in the past. So what I want to target is the quadriceps and the hip flexors. Okay, very, very tight muscles because we do a lot of sitting. right? Driving, sitting at work, watching TV, whatever it is, so the flexors get very tight. And the quadriceps, because they're very active muscles, they are also going to get very tight. Well, as well as the hamstrings, the opposite. But let's focus on the quads. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to take this foot back behind me, and the strap just comes over my shoulder. And now I'm just going to come down a little bit more now all the way to the mat. Depending on your flexibility, you can just hold it here. If you don't have a strap and you can hold your leg back, that's good too. The strap allows your leg to just kind of melt. It's just dead weight, okay? So that's nice because now I can really focus on getting that quad stretch right there. Okay, so right there, it's not painful, it's just I can feel the pulling right here. I'm getting a really good stretch in that quad and the hip flexor. Okay, so wherever it is for you, we're just going to hold that. Nice deep breath. Remember now, if you're using a strap, it's really easy to just let your leg be dead weight. Just relax it as much as possible. Good, and release. So what would be most beneficial is to do that in 3 sets, but we don't have time for that. So now I'm just going to go into hamstring stretch in the opposite muscle group. Okay, watch out for this, everyone. Your bottom leg is nice and long. Here's your modification. If you don't have the flexibility there quite yet, your leg is a little bit bent and your bottom leg is flat. Your foot is flat on the floor, okay? If you're a little bit more flexible, then your top leg is more extended. If you're a little bit more flexible, the bottom leg is extended. Okay, and here's what I'm going to do next. Your bottom leg is going to come up all the way, and then nice and long as it comes down, pulling and stretching right through the hip flexor and the adductors, inner thighs. Oh my goodness, can you feel that? Hold on one more time. And pull up. Good, stretching and coming back down. Hold it here. Lift your head up. We're going to hold it here for 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming down. Okay, let's remove the strap. Oh, that leg's nice and relaxed. Let's get the other side nice and stretched out. Okay. Coming on down. Now we're going to get the opposite leg, pull it back behind you. We're almost done. We're going over just a bit. Okay. So finding that place. Remember now, if you don't have a strap and you want to hold the leg, that's fine. Of course, it still works really nicely. Okay, and just working through that stretch. You're just going to hold it there. Okay, so we have the strap and pulling up until you feel not the pain, but the pulling where you can just hold it. Okay, we're holding here 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, holding. And coming onto your back and pulling that leg up. Okay, so more modified, the leg's slightly bent, and your opposite leg is on the is a bent leg. Foot's on the floor. But ideally, we want to work through pulling that leg straight. So if we need to lower it a little bit, where we can have it straight, that's all good. We want it to get straight. That's the goal. Okay, wherever that is for you. Okay, are we able to try this? Let's try. Lifting that bottom leg, lifting up, straight up, and right back down. Just a little active stretch as we're isolating, stabilizing that top leg. 2, 3. I think I only did 3, but we'll hold it here. Okay. And nice big inhale, lifting the head up towards that leg. Okay, we're feeling that. And coming back down, bending the leg. Let's take off the strap, everybody. Wind yourself up. Okay. Turning over, please, on all fours. Okay, right here, we're gonna pull the big toes together, open up those knees, sitting back, nice long arms. Pulling yourself in, coming to tabletop, and then we're gonna come all the way down onto your elbows for a modified Cobra. Pulling your hands back underneath your shoulders, setting yourself back into child's pose. And into that tabletop position, coming forward and down into modified Cobra. Good. And coming back down, hands under the shoulders, and back into child's pose stretch. We're going to stay right here. Good. And let's take both arms all the way, or as far as you can, over to one side as you shift your hips to the opposite. So if your hands are on the left side, your hips are pulling to the right. And coming center, let's go to the other side. Hands go to the right, hips go to the left. Good, and back to the center, bringing your hands in, underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes under. And here we go, lifting the hips up, you go. Walking your hands to your feet, bend your legs if you need to, slowly rolling up through your spine. Head is last to come up always. Head is last, not even up yet. Take a moment, and now lifting the head. All right, let's just stretch out those neck muscles, everyone. Just tilting your head down to one side. Relax your shoulders. Center and other side. Good, and center. Go ahead and clasp your hands behind you and just gently opening up the chest right here, pulling the arms away. And hands in front and just rounding out that upper back right here. Nice big inhale and exhale. One more time, here we go, taking those arms up. And exhale down. Wow. Great job, everyone. That felt so nice. I hope you enjoyed today's stretch class. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be here on Wednesday at 9 a.m. For improving your stability and strength, and of course on Friday for cardio and core. I hope you'll join me next time. Have a wonderful day, and please remember to hydrate. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.